I hate wasting time. I really hate that feeling of arriving early for an appointment or having a long train journey and not having anything to do. And that's where the CBT Nuggets mobile apps come in. They allow you to download and store nuggets for offline viewing. So that's absolutely perfect for when you're travelling or don't have access to a good network for whatever reason. As you might imagine, the app is available of course for iOS and Android devices, but also Kindle Fire and Windows, and the idea is you download the nuggets you need ahead of time and then watch them on your device when you're ready. So that means you can train anytime, anywhere. Let me show you how it looks on my iPad mini, but the experience is actually really similar across devices. So you can see I've already got the app installed here, so I'm just going to tap that to launch it. And you'll notice that it gives me a really seamless experience between this mobile device and my desktop. It's just picking up right where I left off from the CBT Nuggets website. And you can also see my stats and my bookmarks there too. Anyway, let's imagine I'm planning a long train journey and I want to do some learning on the way, so I'm going to download some nuggets right now while I've got a good Wi-Fi signal. So I'll use the link at the bottom here to get into the courses. Let's choose Project Management and End User Training, and you can see that I'm nearly 20% of the way through this iOS course here with Anthony, so let's download the next few videos of that course, maybe numbers 6, 7 and 8 here. So all I do is tap the little action button at the right of each video I want and choose to download it to this device to watch later, and you can see the little downloading symbol to the left of each video name indicating how it's doing, and you'll also see that the symbol changes to a solid green circle with the white down arrow when it's finished to indicate that it is now downloaded. That's probably enough of this course, but let's just swipe back to the previous page and choose this Salesforce course too. But this time I'm going to choose the option to download the entire course. I've got a long train journey to fill, remember? And also at this point I will fast forward through time here, since you really don't want to watch me download all of these videos in real time. Right, that's all downloaded now, and I'll just swipe back a couple of screens so I can get to this menu button at the top left here. This is where I can see my downloads. And I like this because it tells me how much space I've used up on my device, but also, rather critically for my long train journey, it tells me how many hours and minutes of offline training I've got. Note though, that although the only limit as to how much you can download is the space available on your device, our recommendation is that you have at least 1 gig of free space on the device to ensure that it all works the way that it should. So now let's imagine that I'm settled in my seat on the train and I now want to play those offline videos. I don't have access to Wi-Fi or cellular data, but no problem, I can pick up where I left off and play this video right here because it was one of the ones I had downloaded. And then when I've watched it, if I want to, I can choose to remove it from my device by using that very same button that we used to download it in the first place. Let me just swipe back a screen, and can you see right in the middle of the screen here, it's pointing out that I'm offline and giving me a link directly to my downloads. And from here, of course, I can play any of these other videos I had downloaded, but I just want to show you quicker ways of deleting multiple videos from your device rather than deleting them one at a time after you've watched them. So if I go into this iOS course here and tap Edit at the top right, you'll see that I get some checkboxes to enable me to select individual videos, or at the bottom left, I've got an option to select all, and then at the bottom right, I can choose Remove. I could do the same for this Salesforce course here. I could tap the Edit button to select the videos I want to remove, but better if I want to delete the entire course, if I swipe back to the previous screen and tap Edit, and look, I can remove the whole course in one go. I've got just one last thing to show you. I'm going to click that menu button at the top left again and choose the little gear symbol to take me into Settings. Now much of this is self-explanatory, but what you'll find is the next time you're online, all of your viewing data and your completed videos will automatically sync to the CBT Nuggets servers, and you can also tap this sync button here if you want to force it. But the other option I want to point out is this download on Wi-Fi only. Now this is the default behaviour, which means that videos will only be downloaded when you're on Wi-Fi, which is probably a sensible option rather than using up all of your cellular data. But of course you can change that if you want to. So there we go, that's how you can train offline with the CBT Nuggets mobile apps. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.